Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about ascension and ascension symptoms. So when I first went on my spiritual journey, a lot of what I went through was mostly mental, and I went through that so quickly to the point it felt like my body was just going through so much. And I believe that's because we make everything up in our mind first before we do anything anyway. So when I decided to elevate, it was done mentally, and I was doing that through meditation and visualization so much that I feel like my body kind of overloaded a little bit, and I began to go through a lot of things physically at once. And I would think that something was wrong with me, so I would go to the doctor just for them to tell me like, well, we don't find anything wrong, and I don't think there's anything serious going on with you, but hey, here, you want to try this medicine? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. But the more that I learned and the more that I went deeper into my spiritual journey, I learned about ascension. And I began to learn that a lot of the things that I was experiencing physically were ascension symptoms. So this video is going to explain what ascension and ascension symptoms are, and I just wanted to make this video to help anyone who might be going through ascension symptoms and not quite sure what it was. I just want to let you know that you're just continuing to grow and you're elevating to the next level in your journey, and it's going to be all right. So without further ado, let's get into the videos.
Let's talk about ascension symptoms, bruh. So when I talk about ascension symptoms, if you don't know what ascension is, it's basically when your consciousness raises or the vibration of the earth raises and your vibration raises with it. So your body starts to change, your mind starts to change, your energy starts to change. Or if there's very strong energies on earth or like shifts astrologically on earth that you are dealing with and how your body reacts to it, especially if you're vibrating at that frequency or if you are ascending to meet earth at that vibration. Now you get it, that probably was confusing, but I'm finna tell y'all some of the symptoms. When it comes to ascension, you can have symptoms in multiple different ways. You will have physical symptoms, like bodily symptoms that you can notice. You'll have mental symptoms. You'll have energetic symptoms. It's just different ways that it'll go. You know what I'm saying? As far as the physical symptoms, which are the ones that I feel like I experience a lot mentally, I feel like I'm always literally mentally leveling up, like changing. My mind is rapidly changing, which is something, but there are times where it gets stronger, but I'm gonna get into that. First things first, physical ascension symptoms. One of the biggest ones for me is my sleep. Growing up, I had crazy insomnia because I had crazy dreams in my sleep when I was really young. Like, I feel like I was connected, but we ain't gonna get into that. I realized for me, headaches, a big one. I'll get really fatigued, like I'll be really tired or restless. Like, and even then, your energy levels can be unregulated. So like you'll feel a really random burst of energy, like you'll feel really energetic, like you want to do this, that, and third. You got so much energy, hit with a hard crash. Or also something that's common for me, feeling fatigue, like feeling like I want to stay calm and I'm like kind of drained energetically, just tireder or like fatigued, but restless, being like I feel fatigued but I'm not tired. Like I'm not sleeping. I can't sleep, which is another one. Another one is having like bodily aches, like random bodily aches. Headaches are another one for me. Feeling like a tightness around your crown, or like feeling like you just got like random headaches and you keep having headaches, and it's like, oh, I don't feel like this. Is just like there's nothing going on in my health. Like I have ate, I am hydrated, I am rested. So why am I having headaches? It's probably an ascension symptom. Another one is feeling dizziness or feeling floaty, feeling like, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. It's like almost euphoric. That's another thing. That's euphoric, but that goes more into the emotional side. I'm gonna get into that after. But yeah, those two. Also, waking up at random times. Like I said, your sleep schedule will just get random. You start waking up 3, 4, 5 in the morning, or you can't sleep till 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, or just like I said, a dysregulated sleeping schedule. Heart palpitations. like just feeling like fluttering in the chest for whatever reason, like consistent fluttering chest. I'm not saying if you feeling like that and you feel like it has something to do with your actual health, go get that checked out. You know what I'm saying? Don't look over there. But most times I realize that's happened to me multiple times. And every time I look back at it, I was going through a huge change. And anytime I would try to go to the doctors and see what's going on, they would always say that like there was nothing wrong with my heart. Like it's nothing going on with my heart. Another physical one is appetite. You either get really, really hungry or you lose your appetite almost completely. Like you want to eat very light all of a sudden, like you're not that hungry at all. I noticed that when my cycle comes and I'm dealing with the since when your cycle comes, you go through like a what's the word? Like a different feeling anyway. Let me say that. Like its own rebirth. And with that, I realize every time my cycle comes, I'm never hungry. Like not the first day, like not the first couple of days. My appetite is always way lighter. It's almost like my body don't want anything. It just want to, do what it do. And last but not least, hearing ringing in the ear. A lot of ringing in the ear or sound sensitivity. Like being very sensitive to sounds. Those were for the physical. Now let's get into the emotional ascension symptoms. Emotional ascension symptoms can come in waves. And it can be very confusing and it can be very intense for a lot of people. Sometimes it'll come in like crying spells where like you just crying really hard and you don't know why. Sometimes it can come in like anxiety. Like you can just get really fearful out of nowhere and you don't know why. You're like, what am I scared of? Like your anxiety is just rushing. It's going up or it's going down. It's going up, it's going down. And you have no reason to be anxious. Sometimes you'll get a lot of anger about things, and then most times it's so that you can release it. That's what it is when you're ascending. Your body traps trauma anyways, so your DNA is changing. When you're ascending, your vibration is like raising, so certain things cannot exist where you are existing anymore if you want to go there. So like if you're crying a lot or you ran and you don't understand why, or you feeling like you're dissociated a lot, or you feel ungrounded, or you feel like out of place in similar environments. Like you can feel out of place at home or a place that you always go, or being around people you're always around. You start to feel out of place or disconnected in a sense.
So I actually did not include her full video at the end of my video because it was 10 minutes long, but her TikTok handle is at the end of her video, and I really encourage you guys to go and watch that video in its entirety. She was very thorough. She broke down a lot of stuff, and it really resonated with me because a lot of what she was saying was exactly what I was going through. But for the sake of not making the video too long, making my video too long, I didn't include her full 10-minute video, but please go check out her video.
There is nothing wrong with you. You are going through ascension symptoms. The fact that the frequency of the plan is continuing to rise, the fact that you've been working on yourself, you've been manifesting, you've been putting in the inner work, you've been healing yourself, you too are shifting right along with the planet. You are ascending and your body is shifting. You are experiencing major symptoms within your body because you are shifting on a higher timeline, because the frequency within you is rising, which is why you may feel fatigue, headaches, backaches, food cravings, stomach aches. Your body is literally going through a whole total transformation, and you have to allow it to happen. Because you are ascending spiritually, your physical body is ascending too. Your physical body is shifting too. So you have to allow yourself to go through the process of experiencing these symptoms in order for you to fully go through your ascension process. So yeah, you've been manifesting, you've been doing the inner work, you've been working on yourself, you've been healing your traumas, you've been doing the damn thing, you've been doing it. And then you hit this place in your life, you hit this point in your life where everything starts to shift within you and you don't know what the hell is going on. You are ascending. You're not tripping. Your soul is rising. You are rising. Your body is shifting. There's absolutely nothing to fear. You're not losing yourself. You're tapping into your essence on a greater scale, on a greater level, on a higher frequency. Trust this process. And when you get past these ascension symptoms, and you will see how the fruits of your labor are right there in front of you. You will see how everything that you've been manifesting, everything that you've been speaking out about, everything that you've been connecting to is right there in front of you, spiritually and physically. everything that you've been working on within yourself right there in front of you. All your manifestations, all your desires, everything that you've been truly putting the work in on is right there in front of you. You passed the test. Keep going. I love you.
About 10 years ago, when I started meditating, I developed some tingly sensations all over my body. And it actually started, I think, with my upper and lower extremities, I believe. And then it sort of just switched to almost all around, all over my body, up my legs, my back, whatever. So let me explain the feeling to the best of my ability. It's the feeling that it's as if I've got ants crawling all over my body. But then I know that they're not ants because, of course, I'm looking at myself right now and there are no ants on me. Anyways, when this first started, I remember seeking help took myself to the doctors. They ran multiple types of tests because I called them vibrations. And I was like, my hands keep vibrating, my feet and my hands, like, what's going on with me? So they did CT scans, they did all manners of scans, checked my heart, all of that stuff, just to make sure that I was perfectly fine. And I was perfectly fine. But then it continued and it lingered on to the point where now it is like super duper, it's a part of me. 10 years for God's sakes. So I don't even almost notice it as much anymore because I definitely still do notice it, especially when I move. And now that I'm sitting, speaking, I can actually feel it on my back right now, like all over my back. And then I have this cold feeling up in my front. But anyways, I've been, developing these things for a very long time. And now I'm actually starting to understand why. Because for a very long time, I was like, what is this thing? So I brought it up to my guides, and it is basically all of the shit that I've put myself into, in the last 10 years, and it basically just lifting off of me to the point where now I consider myself being in a flow state. A flow state meaning, oh gosh, my kids are so loud. Anyways, a flow state meaning the state where I know who I am, I know what I'm about, I know why I'm here. There's no uncertainty. There is nothing that's, holding me back in any way. I know my voice. I found my voice, or should I say I have my voice. I've always had it, but it is just me more and more coming into the realization of actually what it is that I am and not necessarily who I am. But it is such a beautiful state, and you want to aspire to getting here. And the fastest way, I promise, is meditation. Meditation is the fastest way.
Hey y'all, so in the last video we talked about some of the physical symptoms of this ascension, but now I want to talk about some of the emotional and mental shifts that also may be happening. Have you been feeling like disconnected? Like you don't fit in anymore? Maybe some of the people you used to be around, you just are like, yeah, no, not really feeling it. Well, that's because your energy is shifting. And when you are still in sessions or places where people you don't match with, you're going to feel it. Your frequency is going to go down. Second, I'll say the mood swings. Emotional mood swings. Have you been feeling like some days you are at peace, you understand, you understand, and then other days you're like, I don't even know. I don't even know. That's also another sign of this alignment or ascension symptoms. Another one. Okay. What about mental fog and confusion? Are you having times where you forget and you have a hard time focusing? It's like your brain just doesn't want to work the same way. That's because your consciousness is expanding and your mind is going to shift so that you can see things in new perspectives. But finally, the best one, clarity. Clarity and deep understanding. What about those things that used to be obstacles and now you can see like perfectly through them? Like, oh, I didn't think of that before. Everything is connected. Again, you're going to be okay. You're not crazy. This is all good news. It means that you are evolving. So let yourself take the time to do that. You are now stepping into a new version of yourself. If you want to know anything else about this shift that's happening to the collective, let me know and I'll be sure to do another video.
Y'all been nauseous for no reason lately? Ladies, I know this probably gave you the jump scare you didn't need. More than likely, you're not pregnant, you just experiencing Ascension symptoms. I know it's not just the females experiencing this because a lot of my male mentees came to me and said, yeah, why the hell am I nauseous? So yeah, a lot of people is feeling the same way right now. I mean, real shit, I could be sitting on the couch and it feel like I'm on a damn roller coaster sometimes. I gotta brace myself. What I realize is this is our solar plexus chakra that's purging old power dynamics. Control, that shame, that guilt, even that I gotta be everything for everybody. The hero, Captain Save-A-Ho mindset. Your energy is realigning, your spirit is reclaiming authority over your life. What's happening is your stomach is literally rejecting any bullshit. You can't digest the fake shit no more, not in food nor in people. Our physical vessels is trying to process the light codes that we hold, the DNA and RNA activation, and all of these emotional upgrades. Our body's like, hold up, what the f is this new frequency? Ain't never been here before. Solar plexus governs willpower and confidence. Your personal power is being rebooted. If you've been suppressing emotions, carrying trauma, holding guilt, people pleasing, energy is trying to purge out. As you continue ascending, even when you walk into spaces that does not align with your soul's purpose anymore, you might get that feeling of nausea. This is why it's important to learn the rhythm and flow of your own body. Spirit, your soul, your highest self, God, whatever you want to call it, is always dropping breadcrumbs, always letting you know what's tea. So if something is not aligned, you may experience something like nausea. Don't be surprised if you just scrolling on your phone. You might walk into a store, boom, nausea out of nowhere. It's like energetic rejection. What can you do when this happens? Drink you some lemon and ginger water. Do some breath work for sure. Slow inhales, loud exhale. Cut those damn energetic cords. They ain't serving you no more good. Call back all your power. Hear me clearly when I say this. Stop forcing alignment. You keep feeling sick around certain people, places, even things, even content that you engaging in. Stop. Trust that feeling the first time. Because the feeling is the warning. What comes after that is up to you because you decided to go through with it even though your body is telling you no. Last but not least, you can do the ancestral pose, which is laying on your belly. Grounding pressure to the gut calms the nervous system. Above all, get your ass outside and plant your feet in that ground. Watch how fast them symptoms subside. I ain't telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. A lot of people not feeling sick. You just feeling what's leaving, what's not serving you anymore, and that's cool. Too high frequency now to be digesting these low vibrations. Purging ain't always bad. It's actually necessary. Make sure y'all get in them comments and let me know your thoughts. Have you been experiencing nausea lately? If so, now you know what to do. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
Your body will change. At first it'll be like it is now. It's going to take a long time, but it'll eventually change and it'll be light bodies, energy bodies. And they said, you noticed your diets are changing. You notice that? Because one thing, if you want to change your vibration and frequency, you have to get away from heavy foods. That holds you to the earth, especially heavy meats. And so that they are always saying, eat fresh fruits and vegetables, live foods. You can have chicken and fish, but the heavy meats, beef and pork, the vibration is so heavy it holds you down. And they said, have you noticed you want more liquids? Because they said it'll eventually get to where we're switching to liquid diets. This is how you can tell something is definitely happening. Your diets are changing, your body is changing what it wants. And a lot of people, because I have the radio show every week, and a lot of them will call in and they'll say, I wondered why I was wanting to eat more smoothies and that kind of things, vegetable smoothies. But they said eventually, once we are over into the new earth, we won't eat it all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for the videos, but I do want to jump in and say that that last video really resonated with me because at the beginning of this year, I really decided to dive deeper into my journey, and I noticed that I began to lose the desire to eat meat and a lot of different processed things that I was eating, and it led me to doing a 3-day fast. And after I came out of that fast, this was early January, I stopped eating meat. And I just began to mostly eat fruits and vegetables. And then I would switch back and forth between eating fruits and vegetables and like nuts, grains, seeds, things like that, to only going on a liquid diet, which would be like water, tea. I was doing mushroom coffee for a while. And then mostly when I came back into wanting to eat things that had carbs in it, I was juicing a lot. Because for some reason I went through this phase of not wanting to eat my fruits. I felt like I needed to just juice and drink them. And then I would go through phases of not wanting to eat at all. And then now I'm in this phase of where it's like, I'm so hungry and I don't eat that much. It's like I'm hungry and I need to rest. So I decided to go within and ask, why am I experiencing that? And I absolutely got my answer. It makes sense. I did what I needed to do, and I'm continuing to do what I need to do. And with that, before I leave you guys, I do want to say, continue to meditate, go within, ask all those questions that burn deep within. You'll get your answers. You'll be guided. Listen to your body. Rest when you need to. Take care of yourself. Treat yourself with kindness. And again, we're going to get through this. Everything is going to be okay. You're just ascending. Please let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye for now.